Good morning, class. So, in this chapter, we'll be dealing with the human health and disease. So, in this chapter, we'll be talking about how our immune system works against different bacteria that are said to be disease causing. There can be various systems in our body that develops that start to function, and in the immune system, there comes many things that are involved for providing the immunity to our body, and they help in fighting against the diseases. So if talking from the NCERT, what is health? So health for a very long time was considered as the state of body and mind where there was a balance of certain humors. So talking about the health, what is the definition of health? जहाँ पे both the state of health of the body as well as mind is stable, it is in balanced form. If any one of these things are not in stable form, then that person is not considered to be healthy. So this is what the early Greeks like Hippocrates as well as Indian Ayurveda system of medicine, they asserted this. So this is how the health was defined by the Greeks as well as the Indian Ayurveda system also. It was also thought that the persons with black bile, they belong to hot personality and would have fevers. So these were some myths that were being considered, but they were not completely false. This idea was arrived at by pure reflective thought. So, as everything started and eventually it made progress gradually. So, this is something which was just the basis कि कहाँ से लोग जो थे वो स्टडी कर रहे थे अबाउट हेल्थ के जब कोई बीमार होता था तो व्हाट आर द सिम्टम्स दे वर शोइंग. तो यहाँ पे सिर्फ स्टडी चल रही थी. यहाँ पे पीपल वर अडेप्टिंग टू अंडरस्टैंड दीज थिंग्स दैट वे दे वर गिविंग some lame reasons, but they were not completely false. So the discovery of blood circulation, it was done by William Harvey. What was the experiment he used for that? He used the experimental method and the demonstration of normal body temperature in persons with black bile using the thermometer to disprove the good humor hypothesis of health. अब यहाँ पे जब further study start हुई तो जो विलियम हार्वी थे who discovered the blood circulation system or stated the blood circulation system for the first time, इन्होंने ये जो black bile theory थी, it was being very much disapproved by this, and then again scientists start to work in more advanced manner to discover that what are the different causes of these diseases. So black bile, what is now black bile? You must be wondering that. So one of the four bodily humors. So there are many humors present in our body. So black bile is considered to be one of them, and there are total of four humors in our body that are said to be maintaining the good health in us. So that's why this black bile theory was being disapproved. So now the health. In the स्लाइड यू कैन सी कि हेल्थ जो होती है वो किन चीज़ों से अफेक्ट होती है और किन चीज़ों से मेंटेन होती है. तो मतलब व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट फैक्टर्स व्हाट आर इन्फ्लुएंसिंग द हेल्थ इन आवर बॉडी. सो एवरीथिंग अराउंड अस इज इन्फ्लुएंसिंग अस इन good or bad way, and it is our choice that how we are using different things for our betterment. But even after being taking so many precautions, one cannot be said that he can always be stay disease free or he will not have any health problem. So that's why every person in the due course of time will have to be suffering from one or the other health issues. So food and diet, the first and foremost criteria what are considered to be causing the disease is the bad food and diet. So bad means that if we are eating some stale food, and then it could lead to a very serious condition that is called as the food poisoning. So food poisoning is sometimes can also be very fatal, and there are some other diseases which are waterborne if you are drinking dirty water, and if you are continuously eating food which is unhealthy, means that is not being good for our body, but we are continuing to eat that, then it could lead to some very serious stomach problems, and it could even lead to fatty liver if you are consuming lot of alcohol and all. So fatty liver is also a very serious problem. It could lead to hepatitis, and it is also a fatal disease. Then stress management, how we are maintaining our stress is there. Actually everyone is having some or the other stress in his life in So it is his or her choice how he is or she is maintaining that, and this is the criteria that defines कि कौन कितना fit है. If someone is able to maintain that stress and in a better way, then he is considered to be more healthy, because not just the body fitness, the state of mind is also considered to be part of health only. That's why stress management can also be very beneficial for maintaining a perfect health in our body. Then sleep. The sleep times, the sleep hours, they are continuously decreasing nowadays. But sleeping for about 6 to 8 hours is very very important as we grow up, and in children it they are even more. So sleeping, having a sound sleep will eventually eradicate many of our problems, especially the mental problems, the problems that are related to our mind. So sleep is very very important thing that can decide the health of our body. If someone is not sleeping appropriately, if he is or she is oversleeping or sleeping in a very less amount, both can be not good for the body, because body functions in a particular manner. There's a cycle called the, or a rhythm called the wake up and sleep cycle. That sleep cycle is being regulated by a hormone, and that there is a proper functioning of that hormone. You must have studied in the endocrine chapter in class 11th about the pineal gland. From there the sleep hormone is being released and it is regulating the sleep in our body. But if we are creating any resistant by ourselves, and we are not following the our body properly, and we are uh, having a sleep which is less than the amount which we should have, so it could lead to some very serious problems. Then family and friends, how we are managing with them, and how much time we are giving to them, so everything is related to that. Exercise is also a very very important thing which helps in maintaining our health in a good condition. So exercise maintains our blood vascular system to a very good level. It maintains the our heart, and and it could eradicate many of the problems. Like obesity is also a very common condition nowadays, especially in the countries that are already developed. It is not a serious problem in the developing countries, but in the developed countries it is a very serious problem. And nowadays in India also you can see many obese people are there, and exercising could lead to some very serious problems to get eradicated, and our heart can function in a very efficient manner if we exercise daily. So these are the various things that are that our health is dependent upon. It could be a direct dependence or indirect, but these play a very important role in our health. Now, introduction. What is health? If we define it in a scientific manner, the condition of the body that is being sound, mind or spirit, especially freedom from physical diseases or pain, that is health. Now, in the ancient days, considered as a state of body and mind which balance of humors. So, as I told you, there are different humors in our body, and complete total of pure humors are considered in our body. So, ancient days, mein humors were considered to be maintaining the state of our body, and that's why if any of these goes wrong, then a black bile theory was given by the Greeks as well as the Indian Ayurveda system. That it was believed that person with black bile, he belonged to hot personality and would have fever. So this is uh, how the Indians and the Greeks were thinking in the very ancient times. Then humors are of four distinct body fluids. Excess of deficiency of body fluids in individual persons directly influences temperature and health. तो इनमें से कोई भी अगर humors जो होते हैं different types की, इनकी deficiency होती है body में, then it could lead to some very serious problems, and it could influence the temperature of our body to a very great extent, and it could lead to a rise in the body temperature that we call as fever. The four humors are black bile, yellow bile, phlegm, and blood. Then later, the discovery of blood circulation by William Harvey, and he demonstrated that the normal body temperature in person with black bile discovered good humor hypothesis. So this is just the beginning of how the different scientists and doctors started to study the biology in terms of health and diseases. Then it was stated later on, when many other discoveries were there, when scientists too started to think in a more developed manner, then they gave the theory that mind influenced by neural system, endocrine system, and immune system, they together affect the health. So they are considered to be two major systems actually that are controlling our complete body, that is responsible for maintaining the complete coordination in our body. So what are those systems? The neural system, that is the nervous system, and the endocrine system. So both these systems together work hand in hand, and they are influencing the coordination in our body. So ये तीनों सिस्टम मिलकर, इम्यून सिस्टम, एंडोक्राइन, न्यूरल सिस्टम मिलकर जो हमारी हेल्थ ऑफ द बॉडी है वो डिफाइन करते हैं. अगर ये प्रॉपरली वर्क कर रहे हैं हमारी बॉडी में, देन आवर बॉडी विल बी हेल्दी, एंड अदरवाइज देयर विल बी सम देयर is a major chance of having a problem in our body if these these systems are not functioning in a proper manner. तो कौन से 3 systems हैं? The nervous system, endocrine, and the immune system. Immune system is a very very important system that we will study in detail after studying the different diseases, because immune system तभी develop होता है जब बॉडी एक बार डिजीज से प्रोन हो चुकी है. दे आर सम immunities that are present in our body that we receive from our mothers when we are in the womb itself, but they are not very effective in various diseases. सबसे ज़्यादा effective diseases वही होती हैं जो हमारी body with the due course of time और various germs और diseases के contact में आने के बाद develop करती हैं. तो that are considered to be is the active immunity, and they are very very much powerful in terms of protecting our body if we consider or compare them with the passive immunity. So all this we'll discuss after discussing the different diseases. Now, what are the factors that influence health? So first and foremost factor that is influencing the health is genetic disorders. So we have learned genetics 2-3 chapters back. We did that, and I told you how the genetics can influence the various serious diseases in our body. अगर हमारे किसी maternal या paternal grandmother, even grandfathers को भी कोई disease होती है, then there are high chances that we can be the diseased, or we can be the carriers for the forward generation. So this is how the genetics influence the various diseases. Like hemophilia is considered to be a X-linked disease. Then there are many other diseases like color blindness and all. So these are very serious diseases जो कि genetically influence होती हैं, and they can be carried on forward. So deficiencies in a child born with and deficiencies, so defect can there are some defects that can be inherited from one generation to another and from the parent to the offspring. Not in one generation, it could be in the 2 generations also. Maybe your grandfathers and grandmothers could have it and you can have it, but it is not there in your parents. So genetics play a very major role in determining or influencing the health of our body. Then second thing is infections. So there are many causes or many reasons for the infections in day-to-day life. We come in contact with many things that are infectious. तो जो अगर हम infect नहीं हो रहे हैं किसी चीज़ों से, that is just because of our immune system. If someone is having a very good immune system, then he will not be getting or falling ill very quickly. But if that infections is very much harmful, and the person is in contact with them for a very long period of time, that even the immune system could break down, and then the person could have that disease. So the third one is the lifestyle. In the very first slide I told you how lifestyle, the food, water, rest, exercise, our different habits could influence the health of our body. Now health in general means free from illness, disease, injury or pain, lack of physical fitness. So both all these 3 conditions, if the body is ill or having some disease, if there is any injury or there is any pain in the body, or any lack of physical fitness, complete physical fitness is termed as any problem in the health. Then health can be defined as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. Healthy people are efficient at work with increased productivity and brings economic prosperity. तो अगर कोई person completely healthy है, then obviously he is very efficient in working, as if we compare it with the person who is not healthy in any way. Maybe it could be mentally or physically. तो जो physically fit नहीं है या mentally fit नहीं है, he is not performing that work efficiently if we consider the healthy one. So health also increases the longevity of people, and it reduces the infant and maternal mortality. So health, maintaining the health is a very important thing, and considering the times right now, health should be taken as a very important thing for us. Now, factors to achieve good health. So these are some factors. In the diagram you can see how this is given a balanced diet, how we should take everything which is required by our body. We should not lack anything which is being useful for our body. We should take all the proteins, carbs, fats, everything is important for us, but in a appropriate way. So maintaining health is very much dependent upon the food we intake. Then how washing hands and all, nowadays you can see washing hands have become a part of life actually. So it should be carried on forward. So if we want to maintain our health for a longer period of time, then this exercises, this yoga is being shown in the picture, how all this affects our health to a very great way. Now this the vaccination and all, how it was discovered, what were the reasons for its discovery, who is the father of vaccination and all, we'll be discussing in the later part of this chapter. And in this diagram you can see the throwing of things, because some dirty things that could lead to the creation of germs in that place, that's why, and that area could get contaminated. So that's why there are dustbins and there are proper sanitization methods for everything. If we will follow them, then there are very less chances that we'll be having any disease. Now, what are the characteristics of a good health? The important characteristics of good health are free from sickness and diseases, free from unnecessary anxiety. So this is related to brain. Some people are there, maybe they're not having any problem, but still they're having a problem, that is anxiety. So anxiety is also a very serious problem. If we, and that person can believe that he is having some of the other disease, even if he is healthy in a physical way. So anxiety, it is a mental problem, but it could lead to physical unfitness also. Then free from social and physiological tensions. Then self-confidence, feeling joy in living, and ability to work efficiently at its best. So this is the these are the different characteristics of a good health. How can we consider that someone is in good health? These are the characters that we should be defining for them. So what are the indicators of good health? This is given in a diagrammatic manner. So this is the same thing that is given in the points. Now, diseases and its types. What are different diseases and what are the different types? Any condition. So definition of disease is any condition which interferes with the normal functioning of the body and impairs the health. तो कोई भी कंडीशन जो डेवलप होती है हमारी बॉडी के अंदर और वो इंटरफेयर करती है हमारी नेचुरल जो नॉर्मल फंक्शनिंग होती है हमारी बॉडी की. Maybe it could interfere with the working of a different stomach and the juices that are being secreted. वहाँ पे भी interfere कर सकती है. कुछ germs, कुछ bacteria जो होते हैं वो they are considered to enter in our stomach and they can cause many stomach problems. तो कोई भी ऐसी condition जो हमारी normal functioning के साथ interfere कर रही है और it is leading to any impairment in the health, in our health, so it is called as disease. So different types of diseases हैं. There are mainly two types, the congenital diseases and the acquired diseases. So what are the congenital diseases? These are the inborn diseases and genetically inherited. तो कोई भी अगर congenital disease है that is we are having from the birth itself. That is not the disease जो हमें after being born या after being coming in contact with the environment हो रही है. तो congenital disease के लिए हम mostly responsible नहीं होते हैं क्योंकि these diseases are being carried on forward by our parents or grandparents and genetically. So we are inheriting them. That's why we are not very much responsible for the congenital disease और इसके लिए हम ज़्यादा कुछ efforts कर भी नहीं सकते. Then acquired disease. So these are the diseases जो हम काफ़ी हद तक control कर सकते हैं. So because they are coming after birth and they are non-inheritable, तो the chances of them being carried on to the next generation are very less or even negligible. Then because they are occurring after birth, तो इनके against जो है immunity भी ज़्यादा strong develop होती है. So the features of the congenital diseases. The diseases which are due to gene mutation. For example, in the last slide also I told you the hemophilia and color blindness, they are considered to be a congenital diseases because they are being carried on forward to the next generation by the parents. Then second, the disease due to chromosomal mutation. So there are two types of mutation, the gene mutation and the chromosomal mutation. Both mutations are inheritable, and mutations itself means some variation which is inheritable to the next generation. अगर कोई भी mutation हमारी gene level पे या chromosome level पे हो रहा है, that is occurring at the DNA level, and DNA is considered to be the carrier of heredity. That's why जो भी डिजीज़ इस लेवल पे होगी इट विल बी अ कंजेनिटल डिजीज एंड इट विल बी कैरिड ऑन फॉरवर्ड. तो द examples of a chromosomal mutation disease which is caused due to chromosomal mutations are Down syndrome, that is the trisomy of 21st chromosome, and Klinefelter syndrome, that is the XX condition in the, that is the normal condition for a female, turns to triple X. No, sorry, double XY, sorry. The XY in male is changed to double XY. So there is a development of a more femaleness character in the male. So this is what Klinefelter syndrome, and this is a chromosomal mutation. Then the acquired diseases. These are communicable or infectious diseases. Communicable means they are being transferred from one person to another by the air, water, food, physical contact, and vectors. The vectors are the carriers. So vectors are those which are having the ability to carry the disease from one person to another. So the vectors are bacteria, viruses, protozoans, helminths, fungus, etc. These are all the carriers of the vectors which are responsible for communicating disease from one person to another. The non-communicable disease or non-infections, they are not caused by coming in contact, but they are being caused in our body after birth, not during the birth only. So these are being caused by the deficiency of something. So deficiency disease are diabetes में क्या होता है, इंसुलिन बनना हमारी बॉडी में बंद हो जाता है. So that's why it is not communicable by any contact, but still it is a acquired diseases. And then comes the degenerative. So these are arthritis, cancerous and allergic diseases, asthma. All these are the various diseases that are being categorized into different categories. Then some common diseases in humans. What are some common diseases in humans? Any substance which cause a disease by its excess or deficiency or absence. So disease are the disease agents. कोई भी substance जो disease cause कर रहा है, या तो वो ज़्यादा हो जा रहा है हमारी बॉडी में तो भी disease cause कर रहा है, या उसकी deficiency है, या वो completely absent हो जाता है. So जो भी agent ऐसा कुछ create कर रहा है हमारी बॉडी में, या तो excess amount में हो रहा है release, या excess amount में नहीं हो रहा है बल्कि वो completely absent है, और कभी कभी उसकी कमी की वजह से भी. तो एक नॉर्मल फंक्शनिंग और अप्रोप्रिएट फंक्शनिंग के लिए हमारी बॉडी में हर चीज़ एक नॉर्मल अमाउंट में ही रिलीज होना इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो दैट्स वाई एक्सेस, डेफिशिएंसी और एब्सेंस किसी भी एजेंट की इज these are considered to be the disease agents. Then the organism, they belonging to bacteria, viruses, fungi, protozoans, helminths, etc., which cause disease are called as the pathogens. So pathogens, they are acting as a parasite by living on or inside, and they cause harm, that is diseases. So pathogens can be a protozoan also, it can be a bacteria also, जो या तो हमारी body पे रह रहा है. So there are some parasites which are living on our body. The helminths mostly, they are living on our body or sometimes in the stomach also. Then some bacteria, they enter in our body by contaminated food and water. So these are also being considered as a parasite, and they are considered to be as pathogens as they are responsible for causing the diseases. Then the mode of transmission or the epidemiology or the entry into host. So this can be due by the different means. I told you the different vectors and contaminated food, water and all. This is all considered to be a mode of transmission of the diseases. Now once they entered into host body, these pathogens, they multiply and they start to interfere with the normal vital activities, which results in the morphological and functional damage. तो एक बार ही हमारी बॉडी में अंदर चले गए these viruses और बैक्टीरिया, ये क्या करते हैं, जल्दी जल्दी मल्टीप्लाई करना स्टार्ट करते हैं, एंड देन दे स्टार्ट टू इंटरफेयर विद द नॉर्मल फंक्शनिंग ऑफ आवर बॉडी. और जैसे ये स्टार्ट करते हैं हमारी नॉर्मल फंक्शनिंग के साथ इंटरफेयर करना, then the symptoms are being expressed. Pathogens, after its entry into the host, they adapt itself based on the environment. For example, pathogen that is entering the gut, that is the stomach region of our body, it survive at low pH to resist digestive enzymes. तो एक बार कोई पैथोजन हमारी बॉडी में एंटर कर गया तो वो अपने आप को एक्यूमुलेट करता है, एक्लिमेटाइज करता है हमारी बॉडी में टू अडेप्ट इन द एप्रोप्रिएट कंडीशन. अगर कोई बैक्टीरिया, जैसे हमें पता है कि हमारी बॉडी में जो स्टमक है देयर आर प्रेजेंट HCl, तो वहाँ HCl है, दैट्स वाई वहाँ का जो pH है दैट इज़ वेरी लेस. तो अब अगर कोई बैक्टीरिया या कोई पैथोजन ऐसा है जिसने हमारे गट में एंटर किया है, स्टमक में एंटर किया है, तो वो अपने आप को ऐसे एक्लिमेटाइज करेगा कि वो लो पीएच में रह पाए. अगर वो ऐसा कर लेता है देन इट कुड सर्वाइव फॉर अ लॉन्गर टाइम. अगर नहीं तो फिर हमारी जो बॉडी का इम्यून सिस्टम है वो उसको वहाँ से एराडिकेट कर देता है. देन typhoid. The first disease that we'll be talking about is typhoid. The causative agent of typhoid is Salmonella typhi and it's a bacterium. Epidemiology. What is the source by which it is being spread from one person to another? Contaminated food and water. It enters the small intestine. The Salmonella typhi हमारी small intestine में enter करता है and then it migrate to other organs through blood. So entry पहले इसकी small intestine में होती है और different organs में कैसे जाता है? By the blood, by flowing through into the blood, then it gets transferred to the different organs. What are the symptoms? How we'll know that the person is having typhoid before testing even? तो जो फीवर है दैट इज सस्टेन्ड हाई फीवर, कंटिन्यूस हाई फीवर रहता है बॉडी में, दैट इज अराउंड 39 डिग्री टू 40 डिग्री सेल्सियस. वीकनेस होती है बॉडी में, स्टमक पेन, कॉन्स्टिपेशन, हेडेक, लॉस ऑफ एपिटाइट. द पर्सन स्टार्ट टू ईट वेरी लेस. द फूड इज नॉट बीइंग डाइजेस्टेड इन अ एप्रोप्रिएट मैनर. दैट्स वाई जो पर्सन होता है वो हमेशा एक फुल द feeling of fullness is always there and he cannot have a very good appetite. Several cases are there are some various cases that are recorded जहाँ पे intestinal perforations, that is जो intestine में है, some perforations develop हो जाते हैं and it could lead to death. That's why typhoid can be fatal if it is leading to a very serious stage. Then confirmation of the disease. So जो test है that is being considered for the typhoid is called as Vidal test. अब Vidal test करने के बाद जो confirmation होता है the person is having typhoid or not, then it is considered. Then Mary Mallon, nicknamed the Typhoid Mary, typhoid carrier. What he did, she was a cook somewhere, okay. तो वो she was doing something very unprofessional. What she was doing, she used to cook by profession and she continued to spread typhoid for several years through food she prepared. तो वो she was considered typhoid carrier because बहुत सालों तक वो she was a person who was having typhoid, but it was not to a very fatal level. What she used to do, she used to spread that disease by by using the water that she was drinking herself or the food that she was having, and then she used to mix that food with the food that she was preparing for others as she was a cook, and that's why she was spreading that disease to a very very high level, and when it was recorded then she was being punished. So that's why the name of her was Mary Mallon and also being nicknamed as the Typhoid Mary. To mode of transmission. These are the mode of transmission: contaminated food and water, and the causative symptoms: loss of appetite, diarrhea, person is having some regular bowel movement, then fever and nausea, that is feeling of vomiting. So these are the different symptoms that can be seen in typhoid. Then comes pneumonia, another bacterial disease. The causative agent for this is Streptococcus pneumoniae or Haemophilus influenza. So the bacteria is again here the causative agent, and the epidemiology is how it is being spread. It is being spread by the inhalation of the droplets or aerosols. Aerosols are very very small minute particles that are present in the air. So by either by inhaling those particles or the droplets from a diseased person who is already having pneumonia, it could lead to the disease in another person. And also by sharing glasses and utensils with an infected person. So as it is a very highly contaminated disease, highly infectious, तो ये even with sharing the utensils in which the person with pneumonia is eating food, अगर वही same food किसी कोई normal person या healthy person खा रहा है तो in that same utensil also, then it could lead to a problem, that is pneumonia. The symptoms of this disease are disease developed by causing infection in respiratory tract. तो कौन से पार्ट को ये इफेक्ट कर रहा है? टाइफाइड इफेक्ट कर रहा था हमारे स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइनल रीजन को, और ये क्या इफेक्ट कर रहा है? द रेस्पिरेटरी ट्रैक. द एल्वेलाई ड्यू टू इन्फेक्शन गेट्स फिल्ड विद फ्लूइड. जो हमारी एल्वेलाई हैं दैट आर प्रेजेंट अबव द लंग्स, तो वो जो है वो कम्प्लीटली फिल हो जाती हैं with the fluid and there are several problems in respiration. अब जब alveoli fill हो गई है तो हमें सांस लेने में जो है वो प्रॉब्लम होती है, respiration problems develop होती हैं. The symptoms are fever, there are fever, chills, एकदम से बॉडी में बहुत ज़्यादा ठंड वाली फीलिंग महसूस होती है. देन कफ, हेडेक, severe cases the lips and finger nails may turn grey to bluish in color. बहुत ज़्यादा chills अगर आते हैं तो जो हम body रहती है वो bluish turn होना start हो जाती है. So these are the different symptoms if the person is having pneumonia. So this is the part that is pneumonia infecting the bacteria Streptococcus pneumoniae. This is the part that it is infecting. Then the common cold. Again, the causative agent for this is rhinovirus. It is a virus, not a bacteria. Epidemiology, how it is being spread: inhalation of droplets of cough or sneeze of an infected person, and transmission through contaminated objects. This is the way by which this is common cold is being spreaded. अगेन जो ड्रॉपलेट्स होते हैं, अगर हम किसी डिजीज पर्सन के पास खड़े हैं और इफ़ यू स्पीकिंग द ड्रॉपलेट्स दे कैन एंटर इन आवर बॉडी एंड बाय कंटामिनेटेड ऑब्जेक्ट्स. सेम symptoms. What are the symptoms? Infect the nose and respiratory passage but not the lungs. तो ये lungs को नहीं करता है, जो कि निमोनिया में लंग्स को अफेक्ट हो रहा था, बट यहाँ पे जो रेस्पिरेटरी पैसेज है वो अफेक्ट होता है और नोज अफेक्ट होती है, बट लंग्स अफेक्ट नहीं होते हैं. The symptoms that are shown by the common cold are nasal congestion and regular discharge of the fluid from the nose are being noticed. Then the throat is always sore, that is having a little bit of swelling, as well as the some problem in ingestion of food and water. Then cough is always there, headache is there, feeling of tiredness is always there, and etc. And the symptoms, they last for usually 3 to 7 days. तो 3 से 7 दिन तक ये condition last करते हैं. And these are the various symptoms that can be seen if a person is having the common cold. And there is no particular cure for common cold also, and it can live for hours outside the body. So जो common cold है, it is also very serious disease है, क्योंकि जो rhinovirus है वो हमारी body के बाहर भी काफ़ी दिन तक survive कर सकता है. Then the malaria. The causative agent of malaria is Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malaria, and Plasmodium falciparum. So the Plasmodium falciparum, it is malignant bacteria and it is very fatal. So सबसे serious जो bacteria है, that is malignant malaria. And the epidemiology for this is bite of female Anopheles mosquito. Target organ is RBC and liver. And the symptoms are high fever and chill. Fever occurs on every alternate day and vomiting is always there. तो जो मेन टारगेट ऑर्गन है वो जो अफेक्ट करता है ये वाला प्रोटोजोन, दैट इज़ प्लाज्मोडियम, वो 2 जगह पे अपनी लाइफ साइकिल कंप्लीट करता है. आरबीसी में स्टार्ट करता है और लिवर में कंप्लीट करता है. एंड यहाँ पे भी फीवर रहते हैं, बट इट इज़ नॉट कंटिन्यूस फीवर. यहाँ पे फीवर आता जाता रहता है. टाइफाइड में कंटिन्यूसली हाई टेम्परेचर मेंटेन रहता है, बट इट इज़ नॉट द केस इन हेयर. दीज आर द डिफरेंट सिम्टम्स. हेडेक, सेंट्रल हेडेक होता है यहाँ पे बिल्कुल इन द सेंट्रल पोजिशन ऑफ द हेड. Fatigue, pain is there, back pain is there, dry cough is there, the skin is always sweating, and spleen gets enlarged. So this is the cycle which the protozoa, that is the Plasmodium protozoon is taking, and it is completing the cycle in 2 parts. That's why it is being divided के 2 जगह पे यहाँ कंप्लीट हो रही है. RBC से स्टार्ट होती है. These are the RBCs जहाँ से कि जो साइकिल है ऑफ द प्लाज्मोडियम स्टार्ट हो रही है, एंड इट इज़ लीडिंग टू द लिवर. So from here the male and females, the sexual stages, the gametophyte, start from the gametocytes. So these are the gametes. Now the person bite is being done by the mosquito. Mosquito bite, whenever the female Anopheles mosquito, not every mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito, it sits on the person and it stings itself into the person's body. Then it is sharing some of its things also. So the female mosquito takes up gametocytes with blood meal. Now what is there? The entry of the plasmodium has occurred in our body. फर्टिलाइजेशन एंड डेवलपमेंट टेक्स प्लेस इनसाइड द मॉस्किटोज इंटेस्टाइन. जो इस प्लाज्मोडियम का फर्टिलाइजेशन होता है और डेवलपमेंट होता है वो पहले मॉस्किटो के इंटेस्टाइन में होता है. देन व्हाट हैपेंस, यहाँ पे जो मैच्योर इन्फेक्टिव स्टेजेस हैं, स्पोरोसाइट्स हैं. द मैच्योर इन्फेक्टिव स्टेजेस क्या होते हैं, जो कि सबसे ज़्यादा डिजीज़ कॉजिंग एबिलिटी रखते हैं. तो दीज आर द स्पोरोजॉइड्स, ये एस्केप कर जाते हैं इंटेस्टाइन से, किसकी, मॉस्किटो की, एंड फ्रॉम इंटेस्टाइन दे माइग्रेट टू द मॉस्किटो सलाइवरी ग्लैंड. अब सलाइवरी ग्लैंड में जब आएंगे ये, तभी दे हैव द एबिलिटी टू इन्फेक्ट अस, क्योंकि सलाइवरी ग्लैंड का जो मटेरियल होता है फ्रॉम द एनोफ्लीज मॉस्किटो, वही जो होता है वो हमारी बॉडी के अंदर ट्रांसफर होता है. अब जो स्पोरोजॉइड्स बन गए हैं एक बार फर्टिलाइजेशन के बाद इंटेस्टाइन में, अब वो मूव करते हैं सलाइवरी ग्लैंड की तरफ मॉस्किटो की, और जब बाइट करती है फीमेल एनोफिलीज मॉस्किटो, तो ये सलाइवरी ग्लैंड से हमारी बॉडी के अंदर आ जाते हैं. नाउ दीज पैरासाइट्स, द स्पोरोजॉइड्स दैट आर द मोस्ट इन्फेक्शियस, दे रीच द लिवर थ्रू ब्लड. अब हमारी बॉडी में ब्लड के थ्रू, क्योंकि पहले हमारी बॉडी में एंटर करेंगे ब्लड स्ट्रीम में, बिकॉज दैट एनोफिलीज मॉस्किटो इज बाइटिंग अस एंड द प्लाज्मोडियम इज रीचिंग टुवर्ड्स द ब्लड. अब ब्लड से ये ट्रांसफर करते हुए हमारे लिवर में जाते हैं, यहाँ पे ये अपनी बाकी की लाइफ स्टाइल कंप्लीट करते हैं, लाइफ साइकिल. सो द पैरासाइट रिप्रोड्यूसेस एसेक्सुअली इन द लिवर सेल्स एंड बर्स्टिंग द सेल एंड रिलीजिंग इनटू द ब्लड. अब पहले ये एसेक्सुअली डेवलप करते हैं, दे कंटिन्यू टू ग्रो मोर एंड मोर, दे डिवाइड मोर एंड मोर. फिर जब ये कम्प्लीटली डेवलप हो जाते हैं, नाउ दे बर्स्ट फ्रॉम द सेल, जिस सेल में ये डेवलप हो रहे थे वो सेल बर्स्ट हो जाता है और ये हमारी बॉडी ब्लड में पूरी तरह से फैल जाते हैं. Then what happens, the parasites it reproduce again, फिर ये asexually reproduce करता है कहाँ पे, RBCs में. तो bursting of the RBCs and causing the cycles of fever and other symptoms releases parasites infect new and serious problems. So एक बार इसने अपनी साइकिल कंप्लीट की लिवर में, तो कुछ टाइम के लिए हमारी बॉडी का टेम्परेचर कम हो जाएगा. अब अगेन जब ये रिलीज होता है हमारी ब्लड में, तो फिर से जो पैरासाइट होता है वो एक्टिव हो जाता है और फिर ये जो RBC में साइकिल है वो बाकी की कंप्लीट करता है. देन गैमेटोसाइट्स बन गए हैं अब आफ्टर द डिफरेंट टू टाइप्स ऑफ एसेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन, एक तो लिवर में, देन इन द केस ऑफ इन द आरबीसीज द रेड ब्लड कार्पसेल्स, फिर यहाँ पे गैमीट्स बनते हैं एंड द गैमीट्स दे चेंज टू मेल एंड फीमेल, और फिर यहाँ से जो गैमेटोसाइट्स होते हैं वो यहाँ पे एंटर करते हैं. सो दिस इज द कंप्लीट साइकिल एंड हाउ दे आर अफेक्टिंग द ह्यूमन्स एंड व्हाट इज द transmitting agent, the female Anopheles mosquito. Then the life cycle of a plasmodium. Here we'll discuss it in a little detail. क्या प्लाज्मोडियम कैसे अपनी लाइफ साइकिल कंप्लीट करता है और कैसे डिफरेंट स्टेजेस में ये डिफरेंट सिम्टम्स कॉज करता है. प्लाज्मोडियम रिक्वायर्स टू होस्ट, पहला ह्यूमन एंड मॉस्किटो, द फीमेल एनोफिलीज. लाइफ साइकिल ऑफ प्लाज्मोडियम स्टार्ट्स विद इंजेक्टिंग स्पोरोजॉइड्स थ्रू द बाइट ऑफ इन्फेक्टेड फीमेल एनोफिलीज मॉस्किटो. तो जो स्पोरोजॉइड्स होते हैं दैट इज द मोस्ट डेंजरस स्टेट ऑफ अ प्लाज्मोडियम, ये थ्रू द बाइट ऑफ एनोफिलीज मॉस्किटो हम बॉडी में एंटर करते हैं. देन द पैरासाइट इनिशियली मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं पहले तो लिवर सेल्स में, और आफ्टर रेप्लिकेटिंग और मल्टीप्लाइंग इनसाइड द लिवर सेल्स दे अटैक द रेड ब्लड सेल्स एंड देन रिजल्ट्स इन द रप्चर ऑफ द सेल. अब आरबीसी रप्चर होना स्टार्ट हो गई, सो दैट्स वाई अब यहाँ पे जो आरबीसी काउंट होता है वो हमारी बॉडी में कम होने लगता है. देयर इज अ रिलीज ऑफ टॉक्सिक सब्सटेंस कॉल्ड हीमोजोइन फ्रॉम द रप्चर आरबीसीज, क्योंकि आरबीसीज में अपना जो लाइफ साइकिल है वो जो प्लाज्मोडियम है वो कंटिन्यू कर रहा था, वो कुछ ना कुछ ऐसी सब्सटेंस रिलीज कर रहा था हमारी आरबीसीज में जिसकी इन्फ्लुएंस से जो आरबीसीज हुए हैं वो बर्स्ट हुई हैं. सो जैसे वो बर्स्ट होती हैं तो वो जो मटेरियल होता है वो हमारी बॉडी आरबीसी से निकल के हमारे ब्लड में आ जाता है, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड हीमोजोइन एंड इट इज़ रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर चिल एंड हाई फीवर. From the infected human, the parasite enters in the body of Anopheles mosquito during biting and sucking blood. अब जो infected human है तो वहाँ से parasite enter करता है body में of the Anopheles mosquito by the biting and sucking blood, and further development takes place in the Anopheles mosquito. So this is the complete life cycle of a plasmodium, how it is taking place, और ये कैसे अपनी life cycle complete करती है and results into different symptoms. One more thing कि जो in the Africans mostly there is a problem called the sickle cell anemia, because their RBCs have gone sickle shape, that's why they are very much less prone to malaria, because वहाँ पे जो होता है वो ये प्लाज्मोडियम वो अपनी साइकिल कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाता, और जो रप्चरिंग ऑफ द आरबीसी से दैट इज़ नॉट वेरी पॉसिबल इन द केस ऑफ सिकल सेल आरबीसी. यहाँ पे हमारी जो नॉर्मल बॉडी है वहाँ पे ओवल होती है जो आरबीसीज होती हैं, बट इन द सिकल सेल द आरबीसीज ओवल शेप बन जाती है. सो द पीपल विद द सिकल सेल अनीमिया दे आर वेरी मच लेस प्रोन टू हैविंग अ malarial condition. So this is all for today. The rest of the diseases and about the immune system we'll be talking in the next class.